Continue with our discussion of the muscular strength and muscular endurance assessments. Now let's talk about the purpose of why we are doing these assessments. Why are we performing these assessments? Why do we want to know how many push-ups are you doing? Why do we want to know how long you can last on a squat? Well, let's look into what each mean. As we discussed in class, muscular strength is the maximal amount of force that a muscle or a group of muscles can produce in one repetition. Muscular endurance refers to the multiple contractions. So that means multiple contractions over time. Now, when you are looking into muscular strength, this is going to be one effort, one repetition, okay? So for example, you're going to need strength to be able to do one push-up, right? So if you don't have enough strength to do one push-up, you're not going to be able to have the endurance to do 20 push-ups. So first we need to have a strength in order to do repeated repetitions over time, right? Repeated sequences. So they're actually interconnected. They are related. We need to make sure that we have a strength in order to have endurance. And then as we're looking to, as we discussed in the class, we're looking to assessing muscular strength, and in order to really assess your muscular strength directly, or the most accurate way to assess your muscular strength will be through the one repetition max. However, we do not have that equipment to assess your muscular strength through the one repetition max or the 1RM when we don't have the equipment. A lot of the times this is not going to be as convenient for individuals, for example, that are beginners, because you're going to ask them to lift a lot of weight, the maximum amount of weight they can lift. And a lot of the individuals who are not, they are not familiar with technique, they might get injured, they might be too much for them. So we have another way to assess the muscular strength or muscular endurance through what we call the field testing. Now, field testing, it's a way that we can assess by performing it on the field. So anyone can do it. You are doing it at home, and it doesn't require much equipment. It's not as expensive. So pretty much anyone can do it, can perform it. It's pretty easy. Again, it's not going to be the most accurate, but it's going to give you a fairly good idea, fairly good measure. So we do the field testing, what you're doing, the push-up test, the squat test, and the curl-up test. Those specifically are going to give you information about your assessments and where you are in terms of your strength in your upper body for the push-up, on the legs, lower body for the squats, and the crunches for abdominals, for your abdominals. Now, purpose of this. Why do we care to do this? Why are we doing these assessments? Well, because we need to know where we are in terms of our strength or endurance. If we look into activities of daily living, what you do or on daily life, or also called ADLs, well, you need a strength in order to move around. For example, you coming back from the grocery store and you want to carry those bags. Hey, guess what? You're going to need the strength to carry those back, and you're going to need endurance to go up the stairs if your apartment is on the second floor or wherever you are. You need to be able to last longer and carry those bags. Activities of daily living, moving around, keeping your posture upright, keeping your posture, your back straight. You need a strength, you need endurance. So activities of daily living is going to be very important. Also aesthetics. A lot of people care about their strength, care about their endurance because the way they look. They want to lift because they want to look good. They maybe want to get a big, they want to lift a specific way. They want to build a lot of muscles, or they just want to feel stronger, and they just want to feel good about themselves. That's going to be more related to aesthetics, also self-esteem. We also have benefits of, muscular strength or muscular endurance related to also glucose tolerance. The more when you start lifting weights and you're going to start building more lean mass, you are actually going to be more metabolic active, and at the same time you can burn more calories at rest, and you're also going to be able to uptake more glucose from the blood when so because you're going to be using it for energy. Now those are the benefits, right? Muscular strength, muscular endurance. Now assessing you, I just talk about the importance of muscular strength, muscular endurance, and the importance of assessing is because we want to know to see where you are, right? We already talked about the benefits because it's important for that. We know why we need to have a strength and endurance. Well, we need to assess it, because how are you going to know if you need to work on your strength or your endurance if you don't get assessed. That's the only way to assess it. Now, if you have any fitness goals or fitness-based goals and you are doing, let's say you start doing the push-up and you can only do 5 push-ups. Now you find out that actually you don't have too much strength and you also don't have too much endurance because 5, it's not many. So you're actually gonna have to focus on that, right? You're gonna think about, okay, and now my goal is gonna focus on doing more push-ups and working on that. So it provides a baseline for where you can start, and then you can always make adjustments. So you can focus on the strength, you can focus on your endurance. You can design an exercise program that is gonna be specific to your needs or your client needs. So baseline, compare, point of comparison. For example, if you start a workout program, let's say you do 5 push-ups and you want to work on that, you're going to train, you're going to work on your upper body, and let's see if the sessions did something to you, right? Or if the class that you took did an effect. So if you're able to do it at the end of the 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever time you were doing that, then you improve. Let's say you did 15, that is showing that you improve. So these assessments are going to be important for that. We need to make sure that we provide a baseline. Again, we know the benefits of muscular strength, of muscular endurance. And again, this is going to be beneficial for us. And this is something that we can measure, that we can compare. And it's just a great way to figure it out, where we are and any weaknesses. I mean, let's say you find out that you can only do 1 push-up. Well, that actually is testing your muscular strength, because you cannot do more than 1. And actually, that's not a good thing. You need to have enough strength and you need to have enough endurance. And if you didn't classify as well, then you might be having difficulties with your activities of daily living. So it's very important. Hopefully, it makes sense what I'm just explaining to you, because purpose of this is going to be very important. This is why we're doing all these assessments. Great. So we're going to continue with the completing these assessments. Okay, see you on the next part. Right now I'm going to be talking about the push-up test. The push-up test is going to be measuring your muscular strength and your muscular endurance of the upper body. Okay, mainly focusing on your chest muscles, pectoralis medius, your shoulders, your arms. So you're thinking about upper body strength, upper body endurance. So how many repetitions you can do? As many as you can. So there is actually for this test no time limit, so we don't have any time. You just perform the exercise as many as you can until you reach fatigue. You cannot do it anymore, or actually until you cannot keep up with the technique or the doing it correctly. Because sometimes, you know, when your body gets tired, you start to compensate and your form starts to lose. So you want to make sure that you're keeping technique, you're keeping correct technique, correct timing, correct motion, and you don't want to just kind of compensate and go really fast. You also don't want to do this fasting, because you're not going through the full range of motion. You want to take your time, go through the full range of motion of the exercise as you're keeping your technique. So let's look into the push-up test. Now the push-up test, for guys, you are going to be doing it on your toes. For girls, you can do it on your knees, or if you want, you can do it on your toes. So for girls, you can do the modified version, but I do understand that there might be some girls who are strong. So if you want to do it on your toes, more than welcome to do it on your toes. But remember, you want to make sure you're keeping correct technique, correct form, correct timing in terms of like going through the full range of motion. So right here, we are going to be looking into arms wide apart. So you're going to place your arms really wide apart right here. And what you're doing, now let me show you this. This is your heel, your knee, your hip, shoulder. You want to make sure that everything is going through a straight line. Heel, knee, hip, shoulder, straight horizontal line. Your body is moving as a whole. It's not doing this or this. That's not correct technique. That's what I talk about, correct technique. Timing in terms of like going through the range of motion. You don't want to do this because you're trying to go fast and get it over with and do as many as you can. Don't do that. Go through the full range of motion. So arms are going to be wide apart. You're going to think about pulling those abdominals in. Again, straight line between my heels, my knees, my hips, my shoulders. Look down And now I'm gonna bring my arms up. So my arms went apart, I'm gonna flex those elbows, I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go up. Repeat, down and up. Now, notice I'm not going like this. I'm not going very fast. Take your time, go down, go up, down, up. Okay? For guys, that's gonna be you up on the toes for the guys. For the girls, arms wide apart. Now watch this booty. I don't wanna do this. These are the things that I do not wanna do. I wanna drop my hips forward, pull those abdominals in, and you're gonna go like this. Down, up, slow. Again, don't go fast. Take your time. Go through the full range of motion. That means I'm gonna flex my elbows. I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go up. As many repetitions as you can do, as you can go, keeping right form, right technique. Again, you don't wanna go super fast. Take your time. Breathing. How does breathing work? You're gonna breathe. The way you're gonna breathe is exhale as you do the exertion, inhale as you release. So when am I gonna exhale here with the push-up? So is it on the down or the up? You should say on the up, right? Down, inhale lower, exhale up. Why? Because the exertion is on the way up. You're pushing your body against gravity on the way up. Inhale lower, exhale up. Okay, everyone, so remember, as many repetitions as you can. Keep it correct form, keep it correct technique, going slow, take your time going through the full range of motion. The exercise that I'm going to be looking into is the curl-up test. Now, I know on the instructions here it says that we need to have place two strips of tape 3.5 inches apart. Now, it's okay if you don't have the tape. You can just follow my directions with what I'm showing you. Now, this one is the only one that is going to be time. Okay? Time. The only one that is going to be time. 1 minute. So you got to set your stopwatch to 1 minute. If you forget, make sure that you read through the instructions. So right here, this is gonna be a curl up. Now we're not gonna do a sit up. You're gonna keep your feet on the floor, your knees bent, shoulders back and down. Now I don't wanna do this with my neck. Watch your neck. You're gonna think about pulling those abdominals in, keeping a neutral spine with your lower back. Hands are gonna be to your side, shoulders back and down, and I'm gonna reach, aim for my heels. Now I'm not gonna go all the way down because it's not a sit-up, okay? You're gonna go reaching, aiming for those heels, shoulders off the floor, then come back. Now you don't wanna do this thing really fast. That is not correct. Take your time, go through the full range of motion. What do I mean about full range of motion on a cup crunch? You're gonna go reach and down, and reach and down. Now, you're gonna set your metronome for a minute, keeping your feet on the floor. You wanna see this dancing. If your feet starts to do this, that means you're done. You're not keeping up with your technique and your form. Shoulders back and down, pull the abdominals in, reach up, down. Now, breathing. How is my breathing gonna work? Exhale as you reach your heels, you lift. Inhale as you lower. Exertion, you're gonna exhale, and then you release. So you exhale, when you press. When you're working, do exhale. You release the breath. When you're pushing, inhale as you release. Okay. So the hardest part when you push, when you lift, exhaling, and then as you come down, it's gonna be the inhale. So again, this one is the only one that is time, looking at your core. Abdominal, actually, mainly abdominal, because not really working lower back, but it's looking at the abdominal strength, abdominal endurance. As many repetitions as you can in 1 minute. Exercise is going to be looking into assessing your lower body strength and endurance. So we're looking at the squat test. Now the squat test, what you're gonna need, the equipment that you're gonna need, well, you just need a wall. So anything where you can stand and support your back against the wall. So this one, as long as you can, You're gonna have to set a stopwatch or a timer so you can look at your time and see how long you can last. Keeping correct technique or until your legs fatigue and they cannot do it anymore. Okay, so let me show you here. I'm gonna use the wall back here. So I'm gonna stand against the wall. Actually, I'm gonna show you this way because you can see me from the side, which it's better. So I'm gonna rest my back against the wall. I'm gonna walk my feet out. Now what I need to do, this is not a squat. I'm cheating. I need to get on a squat. So this is like chair position, like 90-degree angle. That's a squat. This is not a squat. This is a squat. I'm gonna rest my back against the wall. Okay, and I'm gonna keep a 90-degree angle. Now you don't wanna step too far apart because you might fall. See, I might fall. Don't wanna do that. You wanna think about keeping the 90-degree angle. Okay? So I'm here, I'm keeping the 90-degree angle and I'm just holding it. Hold those abdominals in. Don't do this. Rest your head against the wall. And you're gonna start feeling it, okay? Your legs are gonna start to shake. This is actually looking into isometric contraction because your squat, you're not really moving. You're just holding the position. Again, focus on your breathing. Inhale, exhale. Don't do this. This is not right, okay? Rest here, hold it. And when you're tired, or when you start going here, you are done, okay? So pretty simple for this exercise. And that's pretty much it. Looking into the lower body strength and endurance with this wall squat test, okay? Good, hopefully this helped you, gave you a good understanding of the exercises, okay? And we're gonna be talking about it when we meet next time.